from HL 1736 is heading towards a power systems failure thanks to a bit of heretic sabotage. So you're going to restore the coolant and hopefully save the day. Get in, access the operations array and use the cryonic rods to flush the system. Preferably before something explodes. Head on through the ventilation tunnels and look for an access point.
This way! Move it!
Set your data interrogators. If all goes well, we can unlock the system, prime the rods, and send them where they're needed.
Target here! Engage it!
That's the first part done. Get to the base of the matrix bar and put those cryonic rods to work. What are you waiting for? Get it in place! Now! You finished here? Look for a way out!
Hello boys, girls and purity seals. This is Captain Konnius. Yesterday, Fat Shark revealed the long-awaited gameplay trailer for Warhammer 40,000 Darktide. Being a huge 40K fan, having spent hundreds of hours in both Vermintide games, and waiting for a good 40K action game since Space Marine, which came out, believe it or not, in 2012, I was quite excited when this game was announced. This trailer, unfortunately, takes my excitement down a notch. It seems this is the first time we get a peek at uncurated, raw gameplay of the current build, and it is not... let's say it's not very smooth. Let's take a closer look at what I mean. Don't hesitate to tell me what you think down in the comments. We start on what appears to be a Valkyrie transport. The team is getting mission briefing from an unknown NPC, our new Elijah I suppose. They're getting dropped on what seems to be a lower tertium level. The task for the team is to prevent overload of a reactor, which is being sabotaged by the enemy. At first, I can't help but notice a bit underwhelming level of detail compared to what we're used to from Vermintide or what we've seen in the first trailer. It is not so bad at this point, so I don't focus on it too much. Next, we see some kind of a warehouse. It is guarded by Traitor Guard. Next, this seems to be our main objective, where we need to insert the cooling rods. What's up with the ton of depth of field? Not getting a whole lot of detail out of this scene. Finally, a good look at our team. Perhaps the mission start sequence? Anyway, let's take a look at the classes and the loadouts. From what we know, the team here consists of the Zealot, the Veteran, the Psyker and the Ogryn. We can see the Zealot carrying what seems to be a Thunder Hammer. Later in the video, she also wields an autogun. The Veteran carries a las gun in this shot and also uses an Imperial Guard chainsword later. The Psyker has a Force staff here and uses a Force sword later on in the video. The Ogryn has a Ripper gun with sweet bayonet. Too bad he does not get to use that during the rest of the video. Maybe next time. He also carries a knife that is larger than the other guy's swords. Kudos, Ogryn. During the video, we do not get to see any throwables, but we know that there are grenades in the game. The team enters an access shaft. More depth of field overkill. As a matter of fact, this is the third game from Fat Shark where the characters apparently put weapons they're not using in their pockets. How cool would it be if the Psyker had a Force sword on his back or in a scabbard? And here comes the big WTF wake-up call. Up until now, the scenes have been edited, curated to achieve a cinematic effect. What in the Emperor's name is this? Take a look at the level of detail on the wall. What is this? PS2? We continue with the overwhelming level of detail on the Ogryn's beefy hand. Damn, I remember Vermintide 2 looking better than this. The overall drop of definition in these scenes compared to the edited scenes is honestly huge. But it gets better. Try and compare the scenes with the first gameplay trailer. It seems we got a nice fat downgrade, at least for the time being. I'll compare it later in the video. Apart from the criminally low definition and amount of polish, we do get some goodies in these scenes as well. Apparently, the Ogryn has a retractable handle on the Ripper gun. Fat Shark still can deliver meaty melee combat. Split in two by a hammer? Okay. The FPS drop during the explosion here is massive, and once again we're greeted with what seems a lower SPS4 version of the game. Let's count the amount of mobs in the wave. Not much. The amount of enemies on screen is actually low during the entire trailer. Apart from that, you can notice a new system of how to identify the teammate's position and possibly health. See the blue X-ray visions, organs and skeletons. You may notice this throughout the video, although not always, which is interesting. Here, apparently the team is working together on activating a mechanism or a device to make progress in the mission. Again, the level of detail? Not great. Next, the Ripper Gun Mayhem from the teaser. This looks solid. And there comes the good old Kruber's ultimate. We switch views to some veteran's Pew Pew. Hard to say what he does with the last gun prior to going into ADS. Switch modes, extend stock. The Psyker saves the veteran from a side hit here. We see a pointer for the ability on the ground, not unlike Sienna's spells. Are the skills related to the equipped weapon? In this scene, we take a good look at the Thunderhammer and a power-on charge ability, and the Ogryn playing stupid bait before the poor fella is vaporized from behind. Bye. The elevator seems to take us several levels down, closer to the main objective of this map. Good old barrel fetch. Vermintide vibes. A nice skill for elites and heavy skilling. Well, he was ugly anyway. Another ability, this time stun and stagger, ending it up with a monster. Here we switch to the edited view once again, and boy, is this a big visual fidelity difference or what? What is going on here, Fat Shark? Bottom line, it seems that some more time will be needed to make this game polished, and looking at least on par with Vermintide 2. The soul seems to be there, underneath, under all the FPS drops and rectangular circles. I say, if another delay is needed, just do it instead of releasing a broken-ass game. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next transmission from Robots Boy.